Hi everybody, Matt back with you. Hope you're okay. Today I'm currently on the edge of the grounds of Towneley Park near Townley Hall in Burnley. Now, despite the beauty of this location, it's actually got quite a lot of ghost stories attached to it, most of which we've covered before. These include things like a white lady seen in the hall, or decapitated heads stuck behind panels on walls, a ghostly hound in the grounds. But also, what we're coming to look at today is just a short video, a boggart. 300 years ago, roughly, people would talk about boggarts, and today we know them by all sorts of different names. Could be a pixie, elf, goblin, those kind of things. And general term back then was boggart. But if you met a boggart, it was likely that it was going to cause trouble, sometimes the worst kind of trouble, and you could end up dead. Now, we've certainly covered a few boggarts on this channel. Perhaps most specifically, we've looked at Churn Milk Peg, who would hide in nut bushes, and if children tried to steal the nuts, she would try and jab a long pipe into their mouths to smoke it to stop them. And general feeling, I think, is boggarts range from unfriendly to downright hostile, and Burnley seems to have quite a history of boggarts from centuries ago. For example, things like Ginny Greenteeth, who would hide in the water and lure children to their death, a bit like a mermaid. We might look at an overall history of boggarts in the area at some point, but Ginny has been covered by Days of Horror if you want to check it out. But the one we are looking for is at the top end of Towneley Park, and it's at a bridge, and certainly the boggart we are talking about was very hostile. This bridge behind me today is called Boggart Bridge, and before we had things like the main roads, travellers would come through on paths over bridges like this to get about, and our boggart appeared on the top of this bridge and would stop travellers coming through it unless they gave him gifts. Now, there was no alternate route for these people to take, so they had to give gifts to the boggart to pass. But when this happens over and over again, it can get a little bit tiresome. But they had no option, because this was a very hostile boggart who could cause all kinds of issues to the families, put curses on them, or attack them. So the local people had to concoct a plan how to get rid of their boggart. The locals were terrified of the bogat. They paid it whatever it asked for. They gave it whatever it asked for. But this had to stop, otherwise they would have had nothing left. And though terrified of it, one day they approached it and they said, if you claim the soul of the next living thing to cross the bridge, you go and leave us alone, but you can claim a soul. And this is quite a big thing for the bogat. And a lot of bogats, it seems, take their souls to what's called the old lad. And I think we can presume the old lad is the devil itself, so this is why they're hostile, they work for the devil. And the bogat agreed. So the next day, the bogat is on the bridge, and the locals down to the bridge, probably a horse and cart, something like that. The bogat is waiting. However, it's also tricked, because the locals don't cross the bridge. Boggart probably thought it was going to claim a lovely human soul to take with it. But they actually stop at the edge of the bridge, get off the cart, and send onto the bridge a hen. The hen waddles onto the bridge. The boggart is enraged, but it's made a deal, a pact. It takes the hen, and both it and the boggart disappear in a cloud of smoke. There's just the smell of sulphur in the air. And from this day on, Boggart Bridge has been safe to cross. So that is the story of the horror of Boggart Bridge in Towneley Park in Burnley. Short and sweet. However, there are, as mentioned, other stories of boggarts across Burnley. And there is also that little case of, was this pact permanent? Or was it set for maybe 300 years? 400 years? Who knows? But if it was set with a time limit, better watch out and get your hen ready when you're crossing Boggart Bridge. We'll see you again soon. Take care.